Hi everyone and welcome to Louisiana Focus. I'm Courtney Williams.
And I'm Devin Lewis. Vaping has invaded Lafayette's public schools. We get local reaction.
Also, we talk to UL students about the Phantom Mascot.
And one of our reporters shows us how her backyard turned into a crawfish pond.
These stories and more on Louisiana Focus. We will be right back.
According to local media reports, vaping is becoming a problem in Lafayette schools. We got reaction from local residents about the negative effects that come from the e-cigarette.
Good job. Popular American music. I really...
An electric cigarette, e-cigarette for short, is a handheld electronic device that is used to simulate smoking a cigarette.
I don't like the smell of cigarettes on my hands or on my clothes or in my mouth.
For Caroline Rojas, the popularity of vaping during her high school years led her to pick up e-cigarettes.
Well, it was kind of like we'd be at lunch and everyone would be like, let's go to the bathroom and Juul. And then we would just all go and just Juul, or like you figure out how to do it in class where there's no smoke that comes out. It was just an easy thing to do.
1 in 5 high school students are reportedly vaping, which estimates put at about 3 million teenagers. Ryan Ainsworth of Vapor Haze says minors are getting the e-cigarettes from another source.
There was actually a recent study showing that most of the instances where things like tobacco products and alcohol are sold to minors actually happens a lot more at gas stations and places like Walmart than it does in actual vape shops.
E-cigarettes can be customizable and are also looked at as one of the more safer options to cigarettes.
You have so many different options when it comes to vape juice and nicotine levels. You have a lot more customability than you do with, or customization than you do with cigarettes. Plus, like I said, it's proven to be 99.8% safer than cigarettes.
Cigarettes are considered unhealthy and have been proven to cause cancer. E-cigarettes have only been around for 16 years, so little research is available to show a direct correlation between cancer and vaping. But many believe there are negative effects associated with e-cigarettes.
Well, I think vaping is just kind of nicotine in disguise. It's not very good for anybody because we don't have the research to really say whether or not it's good.
The whole thing with vaping, like e-cigarettes, it started off with, as a way to smoke cigarettes without like the harmful effects of tobacco. And nowadays, I see a lot of like underage people, like even in high schools, that vape now. That are basically, it can be, I guess, sort of a gateway into like smoking actual cigarettes.
The gateway to cigarettes found in vaping is an unspoken truth facing young non-smokers, who could see the allure in electronic cigarette as a cool factor.
So if you're not smoking already, why start vaping?
E-cigarettes are considered less harmful than traditional rolled tobacco, but they still contain nicotine, which is addictive and lures minors. Reporting for Louisiana Focus, I'm Devin Lewis.
Crawfish season is here, and for one of our reporters, these mud bugs have now become a family tradition. Our Logan ONEBANE has more.
About 5 years ago, my dad decided to add crawfish ponds to his bucket list. With the few acres we had in our backyard, he brought his dream to a reality.
Dug a well and did a 4-acre crawfish pond. Got about 72 traps, and I run them every day, every other day. Good for the exercise, and have 3 daughters and a fiance that love crawfish. So it's just a good hobby. I love it.
A love that has become a passion for my dad and one that my sisters and I experience with him.
We try to eat crawfish at least twice a week. When the catch is really good and everybody's around, everybody's so busy, we will do it up to 3 times a week. When my girls were smaller, they used to eat crawfish for breakfast, and now that they're gone, they just come get it whether it's hot or cold.
With our 3 dogs, Dad spends several hours a day in our backyard that has become a lush pond for these mud bugs.
We have the boat, we have our bait, and you always bring a shovel in case you have a leak in one of the levees. You have to fix it or you lose all your water. And we have the crawfish sack. So we'll start running some traps. crawfish pond is complete.
The making of these ponds wasn't simple, but it has created a sense of simplicity for dinner and family gatherings. It's a matter of forming the ponds, running the traps, and rebaiting them.
So I arranged the crawfish traps where it makes it reasonable to run them across the levee and not have to double back. So I'll end up finishing up after running the 4 cuts that I have back to the front where we started. Crawfish trap has 3 entrances on it. Crawfish can get in, but they can't get out. So we just dump them in the tray. Rebait for the next day.
Crawfish ponds weren't the only thing on my dad's bucket list. He also brought his own wine to life.
Me and my fiance made mulberry wine and blackberry wine, and this year we're doing a blueberry wine. It's fun, it's easy, and the wine comes out pretty good. Wine is always better if it's aged. The longer it's aged, the better it is with time. But you can also drink it within 3 or 4 months, depending on what kind of wine you make.
Time is what my dad cherishes, as he will begin a new chapter with his fiancée Brenda, and time is also his ally, as his native crawfish requires months to cultivate.
Crawfish are native. You have native crawfish in here, but it's just like a rice crop or a bean crop. You have to really plant them. You have to seed the ponds in the off season, where they'll burrow down and have brood. And then when you float them up in September, October, you start catching crawfish then, November, all the way through June. Some places even go into July.
Crawfish time, derived from my dad's enthusiasm, is now a personal treat for me. For Louisiana Focus, this is Logan ONEBANE.
One of the best parts of college athletics is the mascot. It brings excitement and fun to the court and field. For the Raging Cajuns, that is one thing that they are missing. Our JALEN Johnson has more.
I think our school should have a mascot. Growing up in Lafayette, I grew up having a mascot.
Jacob Lemenier remembers his mascot, and it was the opposite of what the phrase Raging Cajuns conjures in most people's mind.
As far back as us being SLI and USL, we had a bulldog as our mascot. Actually, in more of our school history, we've been known as the Bulldogs than we have as the Raging Cajuns.
The Bulldog was not the only mascot on the field with the Cajuns. The Bulldog was just a stepping stone, some would say.
It soon evolved into different on-field mascots, where we had the Cajun Man, or we had the Cajun Chicken, or even the Cayenne Pepper.
Not having a school mascot might be news for some U.S. students. Let's see what they have to say.
The Cajun?
The school mascot, from what I know, is a pepper.
Students on campus had an idea of what they thought the mascot was, but they were shocked when they found out they were wrong.
I thought it was a pepper, so I ain't no mascot. Basically. That's crazy. I don't know that.
I think it makes the games incomplete, because the whole part of going to the game is the experience too. So seeing the mascot and then like the guests could interact with the mascot, that's supposed to make the game more fun.
So what should the future mascot be for the Raging Cajuns?
The Rougarou, which is a Cajun folklore about a swamp werewolf.
For Louisiana Focus, I'm JALEN Johnson.
UL Lafayette is very well known for its organizations on campus. Our Lady of Wisdom has taken steps to help its members feel like a family rather than a congregation. Our Elizabeth Latino has more.
501 is an event that Our Lady of Wisdom puts on once a month. It's open to all students across campus, and it's a time to come, hear a talk, eat a free meal, and pray in adoration before Jesus.
501 is held on a Wednesday out of the month, and the tradition still stands strong. Paul George, the creator of 501, actually gave the talk last Wednesday.
And so the name 501, like we started thinking about like what's the name, and the name 501 came from the address of this place is 501 East St. Mary's Street. So we thought, okay, that's cool, it's 501. And so then we looked up 501 in the catechism, and it talks about Our Lady, Mary, and this place is called Our Lady of Wisdom. So we're like, let's name it 501.
Students appreciate this event as they feel it is a way for them to grow in their faith while not taking too much time away from their studies.
I like that it's like a nice solid hour and a half of time to spend with the Lord, because we're all very busy college students, but I mean, we get free food, a great message, and then exposure to the Lord. So it's a great time to kind of like take a break, rest a little bit within the midst of the busy semester going on.
As the semester winds down with its challenges, students come here for the fellowship that will lift their spirits.
But ultimately the goal was that students would have a place where they could really hear a powerful message of the gospel, experience community and good prayer and worship.
501 has been a stable piece in creating unlikely friendships for many, as they would not have met each other in any other way. For Louisiana Focus, I'm Elizabeth Latino.
That's all the time we have today. Louisiana Focus is a co-production between the University of Louisiana at Lafayette and Acadiana Open Channel.
Our camera operator is Logan ONEBANE, our teleprompter Jacob Phillips, our producer JALEN Johnson, our technical director is Emma Lacey, and our director is Matt Roberts.
Our faculty advisors are graduate assistant Amy Borax and assistant professor Patricia Salinas.
Join us next Friday for another Louisiana Focus. I'm Courtney Williams.
And I'm Devin Lewis. Thanks for watching, Acadiana.